Sudan's top army general, General Abdel Fattah Burhan, has taken a significant step by dismissing Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, the leader of the Paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF), from his position as deputy of the country's governing body. This move comes as a result of the escalating clashes between the Sudanese army and the RSF, which erupted due to their failure to reach an agreement on power transition to a civilian government. The ongoing conflict between the two generals poses a severe threat of plunging Sudan into a devastating civil war. Reports from the World Health Organization indicate that the month-long violence has already claimed the lives of at least 705 people. While Burhan's decision to remove Dagalo from his role is symbolically significant, it is unlikely to immediately impact the situation on the ground, as both sides remain locked in a stalemate with no inclination to halt the hostilities. The paramilitary forces have yet to respond to the dismissal. The intensity of the clashes has been particularly severe in the Sudanese capital and the western region of Darfur. In Miala, the regional capital of South Darfur, fierce fighting between the army and RSF forces erupted on Thursday, resulting in the deaths of at least 18 civilians, according to the Darfur Bar Association, a human rights-focused legal group. In Janina, another city in the Darfur region, over 280 civilians were killed last weekend when RSF and affiliated militias stormed the area, engaging in clashes with armed residents, as reported by the Sudan Doctors Union. Although a U.S. Saudi brokered pact was signed between the two sides last week, aimed at improving the protection of civilians caught in the crossfire, the conflict persists. International efforts are underway to establish a lasting ceasefire. Burhan has appointed Mali Kagar, a former prominent leader of the Sudan Revolutionary Front, a rebel movement in Sudan's southern Blue Nile state, as Dagalo's replacement, as reported by SUNA, the state news agency. The United Nations and human rights organizations have accused both the Sudanese army and the RSF of committing serious human rights abuses. The army has been held responsible for indiscriminate bombing of residential areas and hospitals, while the RSF has faced condemnation for looting, attacking civilians, and repurposing civilian homes as operational bases. During the Arab League summit in Saudi Arabia on Friday, Ali Osman, head of the Sudanese delegation representing Burhan, called upon other Arab nations to help resolve the crisis. He warned that the continuation of the war would have detrimental regional consequences. The United Nations estimates that over 220,000 people have already fled Sudan, seeking refuge in neighboring countries. Note: this article is a rewritten version of the original text, adapting it to a length suitable for an article. The content and key information remain the same, but the structure and wording have been modified.